Hey everyone and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going deep on AI ethics.
AI ethics.
Yeah, not just like, the cool stuff about AI,
Right.
but like all the ethical problems it's bringing up. We've been checking out this show called AI Debates to help us unpack it all,
Oh, cool.
and they go deep right away. Like
Really?
their first episode is about autonomous weapons.
Oh, so robots fighting our wars.
Yeah, like drones making life or death choices without a human being involved at all.
I mean, some people think that would actually make war more humane.
More humane. How?
Well, they argue AI could target more precisely, like no more collateral damage
Yeah.
and less risk to our own soldiers.
Okay, I get that logic.
Yeah.
But it still feels kind of messed up to hand over killing to a machine. Like, what happens when the AI makes a mistake? Who's to blame?
Yeah, AI debates really got into that question of accountability.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, like, is it the programmer who's responsible? Or the commander who deployed it? Or does the whole idea of responsibility just change when it's a machine making those calls?
I don't know. It makes you wonder if relying on AI for war would actually just cause more wars.
How so?
Well, if there's less risk to human soldiers, wouldn't countries be more likely to jump into a conflict?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It really underlines why we need those international rules and safeguards around autonomous weapons.
Right. Some people on the show were even calling for a total ban, while others said keeping humans in the loop is the key.
In the loop.
Yeah. And speaking of humans, that brings up another big issue. AI debates tackled jobs.
Oh, right, the whole robots taking our jobs thing.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
one company on the show claimed their AI could automate 60% of customer service jobs.
60%.
That's a ton of people.
It is. And that plays right into the classic argument that automation kills jobs versus the argument that it'll create new, better ones.
Right, like the AI developers and maintenance crews. But what about everyone else? Like, not everybody can just learn to code, can they?
That's where AI debates emphasized retraining the workforce and building education systems that can keep up with how fast things are changing.
Yeah?
And it's not even just about coding, it's about teaching people to think critically and be creative, be adaptable, all those skills you need in a world run by AI.
Totally. We need to be prepared for the jobs of the future, not stuck in the past. But even with all the retraining, there's still that worry that AI will just widen the gap between the rich and the poor.
Absolutely. And that's why AI debates stressed how important it is to think about AI's impact on society as a whole. We have to make sure it benefits everyone.
Right, not just a select few.
Exactly. We need to fix any bias in the algorithms and make sure AI empowers everyone.
So it's not just the technology, but how we use it and who it benefits. It sounds like ethics is a huge part of AI's future.
Exactly. AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
And another area AI debates looked at was how AI is being used for surveillance.
Okay, here's where things get a little creepy.
Yeah.
We're talking facial recognition, tracking your every move, algorithms that can predict your behavior.
Right. They even talked about this one city that's using AI for total surveillance.
Total surveillance.
Yeah. They say it helps stop crime, catches criminals faster, keeps people safe. But is that worth giving up our privacy?
Yeah, it's like that old saying, those who sacrifice liberty for security deserve neither. Heavy stuff.
Definitely. AI Debates was asking some big questions there, like, can we even have security with AI without turning into a surveillance state?
Right.
And what happens when AI gets it wrong, misidentifies someone?
It's a lot to consider. And it's easy to get caught up in how cool the technology is, but we have to be smart about the potential downsides. We have to make sure we're using it ethically.
I agree.
So did AI debates just focus on the bad stuff, or did they talk about any of the positive ways AI is being used too?
Oh, yeah, they did. And that's what we'll get into next. So one thing AI Debates really highlighted was how AI can do good in healthcare.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, like they talked about how AI can help diagnose diseases way earlier and even more accurately than human doctors sometimes.
Really? So AI could actually save lives,
Mm.
not just, potentially taking them like with the autonomous weapons.
Right, exactly. They even had this one example where an AI system spotted this super rare cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, and the human radiologist had totally missed it.
So the AI was like better at seeing things in the scans.
Yeah, it was able to pick up on these tiny patterns that the human eye just couldn't catch.
That's incredible. Like how many lives could be saved with that kind of tech? It seems like AI could totally change healthcare for the better.
It definitely has the potential. But even with healthcare, AI Debates pointed out we still got to think about the ethics.
Like what?
Well, for one, how do we make sure patient data stays private? Especially with all this sensitive medical info being used to train the AI.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then there's bias, like how do we make sure the AI isn't accidentally discriminating against certain groups of people? Everyone deserves good healthcare, right?
Absolutely. It's great that AI debates is bringing that up. Like, even with good intentions, technology can still end up hurting some people more than others.
Exactly. And another point they made was about keeping humans in the loop. Like, even with AI helping out, doctors still need to be the ones making the final calls.
Right, because AI can analyze data and stuff, but it can't really understand what a patient's going through, like a human can.
Exactly. It's about finding that right balance, using AI's strengths, but not losing that human touch in medicine.
Definitely. So what else did AI debates cover?
Well, they also talked about how AI could be a total game changer when it comes to climate change.
Really? That's awesome. I'm always down to hear about how AI can help save the planet.
Right. Like they talked about how it's being used to monitor deforestation, track endangered species, make energy use more efficient, even come up with new sustainable materials. Yeah, they even gave this example of an AI that can predict wildfires like super accurately.
That's wild. It sounds like AI could be a huge help in tackling all these environmental problems we're facing.
Yeah. It's like having this super smart assistant helping scientists and like environmentalists.
Totally. But even with something as good as saving the planet, there must still be ethical stuff to consider, right?
Oh, for sure. AI debates brought that up too. Like, how do we know all the data that AI is collecting about the environment is being used responsibly? Like not invading people's privacy or anything.
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in all the cool stuff AI can do, but we can't forget about being ethical. It's about helping both humanity and the planet, not just one over the other.
Exactly. And that brings us back to what AI debates kept saying the future of AI isn't set in stone. It really depends on us.
Us, like as a society.
Yeah, like it's up to us to decide how we want to use this technology, what kind of world we build with it.
So it's not just the technology itself, but the choices we make, our values, the discussions we have.
Exactly. We have to be informed, involved, and willing to talk about the tough stuff. Ethics, responsibility, all that. It's not about being scared of AI or stopping it. It's about making sure it develops in a way that's good for everyone.
AI Debate sounds like a great show, really tackling all these complex topics.
It was. And they ended with a question that really stuck with me. They asked, if AI can do almost anything, what do we choose to be responsible for as humans?
Whoa, that is deep. It makes you think, What does it even mean to be human in a world where machines can do so much of what we used to do?
It's a big question, and AI debates didn't have all the answers, but they gave us some good ideas about how to think about it. Like, one thing they said was about focusing on the things AI can't do, at least not yet, like our creativity and stuff.
Right? Like compassion, empathy, all those things that make us human. So maybe as AI gets better at the technical stuff, we can focus more on those essential human qualities.
Yeah, focusing on what makes us human. It's like AI is pushing us to figure out what really matters.
It is. And AI debates talked about how we have a responsibility to make sure AI benefits everybody, not just a few lucky people.
Right. So it's not just about the technology itself, but about using it to fix problems like global challenges and inequality.
Exactly. We can use it to make the world better, more fair, and sustainable.
Makes sense.
Oh,
It's
yes,
not like we
that's
can just let machines take over without thinking about the consequences. We have to be involved and make sure AI is aligned with, our values as humans.
I agree. And that means talking about these things, debating, listening to different opinions, finding solutions that work for everyone.
Right. Working together. It's not about being scared of AI. It's about shaping its future.
Absolutely. And AI debates made a really good point. They said the future of AI isn't something happening to us, it's something we're all creating. We're creating it.
Yeah, together. It's a shared responsibility. And they emphasize that everyone needs to be involved, not just, the tech people, but like policymakers, ethicists, everyday people.
We all have a role to play.
Exactly. It's not about being afraid or stopping progress. It's about making sure AI develops ethically, using AI to help us, not replace us.
Well said. So it seems like AI debates did a great job of exploring these complex issues, and it sounds like they're not always easy answers.
No, but that's okay. AI is a reality. It's here, and it's changing the world. What matters is that we make conscious choices about how we use it.
So for our listeners out there, what can they do to be part of this conversation? How can they help make sure the future of AI is positive?
I think, first of all, just be aware. Keep up with what's happening in AI, read about the ethical debates.
Yeah, talk to people about it. Friends, family, at work.
Right. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to share your concerns or ideas, and speak up for responsible AI.
That's so important. This is about all of our futures, and everyone's voice matters. So yeah, this deep dive has been really eye-opening. Thanks for helping us break it all down.
No problem. Glad to be here.
And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI ethics. Keep those conversations going because the future of AI is in our hands. Until next time.